Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today, finally, I'm quite late with this one, with my Welcome to the Hellmouth Project Pan finale. Now, this was started by Jalen and the PANtastic ladies. I will link all pertinent information down below, and I am late with this. I'm pathetically late with this. But I did decide to go ahead and film my 50 Shades of Green before this one. And well, at least one night when I was supposed to film, my dog fell off the couch and screamed his poor head off, so I just couldn't do anything after that. I just wanted to sit with him and let him be. He's fine, by the way. I think he scared himself more than anything, and when he scares himself, he scares me. It's a thing. However, I will say I did meet the vast majority of my goals. I met 27 out of 30, which is great. One of them is actually something I decluttered, so that one's a complete wash. And the other two, well, they were kind of stretch goals. One just considering the product and one just considering the amount of time that I had, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But even with not finishing 3, I'm still very proud. So taking in what I had last time, what I have since finished, this one I'm actually quite pleased with. But I did manage to finish for Faith, a once good now bad item, the e.l.f. lip exfoliator. And I was having such an issue with this because the cherry scent in this was like cough syrup cherry, and I was just not enjoying it at all. I was not happy with it, but there it is, baby. It's gone. And somebody mentioned last month, I will insert the name here because I'm not remembering who it was off the top of my head. Because I said I might try this as like a hand exfoliator to see if I can get it finished off, because otherwise I was like, I'm gonna have this forever. I hate this thing because of the smell. And she was like, try it as a foot exfoliator. And I'm like, yes, I'll give that a try. So I used it on my hands and my feet, and it went very, very quickly, and I'm very, very happy about that. Now, while I might use a lip exfoliator on my hands, I've never thought to use one on my feet before, like when I'm trying to actively get rid of, because I hate it. I do like their lip scrubs normally, just not this scent. I would repurchase again, just not this scent. I would stick to either the mint or the original brown sugar or whatever they call it one. So glad that's done. The next thing that I finished was this. This made me very happy to finish. For Willow, something that casts a spell on you, I chose the Bixie and Rach Loves highlighter palette. I wanted to use it 10 times and make sure to use each shade at least once, and I did. The only shade that I had to kind of remember to use was this one because it's too dark for me, and I used it as an eyeshadow one day, and it was beautiful as an eyeshadow. So that is done. Next thing I'm gonna have to go grab because I totally left it in the other room. I've totally left this in so many different places, but which one was this for? The gift, something that was a gift. A friend of mine gave me this as a Christmas gift. I chose the Revlon Super Lustrous The Gloss in the shade Sugared Violet. I wanted to use it 10 times, and I did. And I'm not sure where it started at, but now I have actually made like progress, which is pretty cool. So probably gonna pan this next year. Revlon's not cruelty free. But it is a really nice gloss. Alright, so let's see. Next, for Glorificus, something beautiful but evil, like bad packaging or whatever, I chose this. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush in Hush Blush. And I initially chose it for the packaging, but this blush is actually a little too stark on me. So 10 uses, and I got that. I will be decluttering this actually, which is sad because I thought I liked this. I really did, but you know, using it more than just a couple of times has made me realize, oh wait, that's a little too dark for me. So, like, it's a really pigmented formula too. So if it wasn't super pigmented, that'd be one thing, but like, I can eventually blend it out, but initially like goes on and kind of sticks, and I have to really fuss with it. And it may not even be just sticking, it may be, you know, it's really stark on me, so I have to blend the absolute crap out of it. But it's okay. You know, sometimes that's what project pans like this are for. If you do something with a number goal, you could actually see, oh wait, I don't really like that on me. I should declutter it. Now, the last three things that took me right up to the last minute. First is, in every generation, a Slayer is born, you know, the whole quote. I chose a powerful item, which I say is this. It is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner, and I'm late with this one. My last two wears were today. This and another item, my last two wears were today, technically, so I am late with them. But this is when I'm filming it, so I was saving them a little bit, at least especially the lipstick for this. So I wanted to use this 10 times. It is the Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in Starfire, and today I did. It is both on my upper lash line, and I took out the stopper to do this, but I stuck in a metal spatula because I can sanitize that, scooped some out, and like spread it through my hair. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but in person at least you can see a little bit of sparkle in my hair, which is how I used up the other one of these that I did. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this one because it's rather old, and while it doesn't affect my eyes at all, yeah, I don't want it to go bad. So I think I'm going to throw this into another project pan, which I have like two more starting soon. And of course I got other ones that have rolling products, so they can always go into one of those. And make sure that I use it up primarily like in my hair, just to make sure that yes, I get my money's worth and everything. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes you got to get creative with products, especially if you are worried that they're going to go bad on you. Next is the other one that took me up until today, unfortunately. For Buffy, a badass product. I think red lips are a badass product, so I chose a red lipstick. This is the NARS Audacious Lipstick in Lana. Today was my last use. This is technically a matte lipstick, but I do have a little bit of gloss on top of it. That's how I prefer to wear it. Yeah. I was doing really good with this for a while, and then I started wearing a lot of either cooler toned looks or like just looks that red didn't really go with. So for like over a month, I barely wore it. That's what happened. And the final thing that I finished just the other day, I chose Watcher, something you need a guide to use. I chose the e.l.f. Gentle Peeling Exfoliant, which I discovered was less of a mask and more of a face wash. And I kind of lost track of my uses on this because the paint is peeling off on my hand. That's gross. Like that is stuck to my hands. That's gonna be fun to get off. Anyways, gotta love e.l.f. packaging sometimes. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I kind of lost track of my 15 uses on this, and I also have to like unscrew the top and scoop it out, which somebody pointed out, hey, when you go to use this up, just move it to another like packaging, and like, duh, why didn't I think of that? But I mean, I don't know how well you can see, but I got down in there, which makes me think I actually used it more than 15 times, and I just lost count, which is entirely possible. Because most of my counting stuff is just for makeup, so something like this, like I don't have anything set up in my bathroom to count it with. This paint is all over my hand. What the hell? Okay, I can scrape it off. I just can't wipe it off. Fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be moving that to another package now. And yeah. That is it for everything that I finished. I do, like I said, have 3 items I didn't finish. For vampire or a blood-themed item, this was something that was in here from the beginning, but I was doing this through like the summer. I should have known better than to put a vampy lipstick in here. This is the Bite Beauty, which is why I chose it because of the name Bite. Lipstick in Licorice. Now I got through, I'll put my paper progress here, almost half of it, which considering when I was panning this, and now the blue is stuck all over this packaging. Damn it, e.l.f. But trying to pan a vampy lipstick in the summer, probably not the brightest of ideas. But maybe I can roll it into something else once I get through a lipstick or two and finish it like over winter. It's a key idea. I had the trio, which is something with 3 pans. I chose the Bella Pierre concealer palette, finished half of the orange shade. I not only gave up on that, I have decluttered the orange shade. I'm still working on the green shade and I haven't scraped out the orange shade yet, so it's still technically in my stuff, but it's not truly part of my collection anymore because I don't intend on finishing it. So that is done. And finally, before I show you everything else that I finished real quick, for Mr. Pointy, something you can sharpen, I have the Urban Decay eyeliner. I wanted to finish half. I should have done a number of uses on this because this wasn't quite new because I had used it like a few times, but I don't think I had ever even sharpened it, or I might have sharpened it once. So I'll put my paper progress up here. The long line in the middle was where I wanted to get to. So, I mean, it got close. I'm still pretty impressed with how much progress I got on this. I ain't mad at it. I didn't quite hit my goal, quite frankly. I should have had like a 20 usage goal or something like that because I definitely hit that. But these Urban Decay pencils don't need to be sharpened super often, and I kind of forgot that. Like, they're not dry by any means. Like, they're nice and creamy to use. They don't drag on the eyelid or anything, or at least they don't for me. But they're not so creamy that they just kind of mush in like 3 uses either, so that's all right. And now, my bag of used items, well, empty items, I should say. I did have to go and grab a couple of things that I just had usage goals on as well. But, let's dump this out and see what we have. For I May Be Dead, but I'm Still Pretty, something that makes me feel pretty, I chose a pore filling primer. This is the NYX Pore Filler. Just a little mini, but I finished it. I finished that very early on. Next, for Slayer, a product that slays, I chose the Tarte Lip Quench in Holly. I finished that up. That is it rolled up all the way. I could dig it out, but that's not who I am. Next is the Bronze, something that reminds you of music, and I chose the Garnier Fructis Nourishing Treat 1 Minute Hair Mask because at the time I was looking for this, I had Kokomo stuck in my head. So the coconut extract in here, Kokomo, it went with it. Ooh, this still smells good. All right. Next, for Passion Rules Us All, something that exemplifies my passion. I love Korean skincare, so I chose the 1025 Docto Ampoule products. Finished that pretty easily. Something that admittedly took me forever, if I can find it. I think it tried to roll away. For Becoming Something I Love but Needs to, I wrote GTFO, but I'm sure it was something much nicer sounding. I chose the Ciate London Starstruck eyeliner because it's probably still nice and liquidy. Yep, much more liquidy than the one I'm trying to use up now. But I'd had it open and touching my eye for over a year, like touching this part of my eye. So I decided that once it hit August, it was out pretty much no matter what. And that is what happened. For Angel, a product with a complicated history, I chose a complicated brand because they used to be my favorite, but then they started selling in China. Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum. For Xander, something with a witty name, I chose the Touch and Soul No Horriblum Primer Essence. For Hush, a scary product, I chose this MAC blush done with Patrick Starr and Take Me Home. I just put a 10-use goal on it. I said scary because MAC blushes are notoriously hard to pan. And this did show me that, yes, I still do really like it. It's the only MAC blush that I own, I'm almost positive. I think I got rid of the other one that I had once I went cruelty-free, but one day I will have to pan this. Help me, Jesus. Next, for Spike, a redeemed product, and in the same vein of the Wet n Wild one, I went with a brand that became cruelty-free, so redeemed. It chose the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. This is the waterproof, just an itty-bitty mini, but worked for that. Okay, well, if I find it, I will insert a picture of it later. But for Scooby Gang, something that never lets you down, I had the Bolero toner. Hopefully there's a picture here. I I really like the Dollar Tree's Bolero brand. Hasn't really let me down too often, especially with like their facial mist and toners and whatnot. So I figured that fit. Where the hell did that thing go? I don't know. I'm gonna have to find that. All right, so next is well, after much searching, not only did I find the Bolero toner for Scooby Gang, which was in the wrong sack for empties, because I separate my empties by the Project Pan, I did find my e.l.f. brow pencil. I apparently put it in makeup I panned that did not actually end up in a Project Pan. They're rare, but they happen. But yeah, I had my eyebrow pencils mixed up because I had put the Ulta one in this bag, but the Ulta one was the one that I finished before it ever went into a Project Pan. Anyways, for the master, my oldest product, I chose my oldest brow pencil, and I chose the e.l.f. Ultra Precision Brow Pencil. So, all right, we got that. I'm about to edit the shit out of this video. All right, so next for the key, something as a key to your makeup routine, I chose a matte setting spray. This is the Koki matte setting spray. They fix it up, long-lasting matte setting spray, and finished that. For invisibility rays, something that can help make things invisible, like something for your pores or whatnot, I chose the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer Mini. For the anointed one, a newer item, I chose something that I had initially gotten in a Allure beauty box. This is the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Essence. For Hellmouth, a black item, I chose a shade from my Rebel Rouge Labs palette. I wanted to hit pan on cinnamon right here, and I did. For once more with feeling, something that makes me want to sing, I chose the Medicube Zero Pore Pads 2.0, and they were finished. For Magic Box, a magical item, I chose the Tresloose, the I Am palette. I wanted to use 10 shades in here, and I did manage to do that. And it took me until the last look for me to realize that the shimmer shades need a glitter glue or they're going to spread everywhere. For the potentials, something that I haven't tried yet but has potential, I chose the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer for anti-blemish and mattifying. It's really good if you like that sort of thing. For Sunnydale, a yellow product, I chose the Tata Harper Resurfacing Mask. It has yellow writing on it and the gold top. And the last one, I chose the Anya, a rabbit-themed item. I went rabbit as in cruelty-free because of the little bunny they put on products for that. I chose the Ilia Blue Light Mist. So, like I said, lots of editing ahead in my future, but that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!